Well, hi there. I want to talk to you about your professional life and your personal life. Now, a lot of people think that they're at odds with each other, but I'm here to tell you they don't have to be. They just don't have a strategy and the tools and internal resources that they need to be able to feel like they can succeed in both their professional and personal life. Hi, if this is the first time meeting me, I'm Dr. Lizette. And my passion and mission and area of expertise is helping busy professionals and leaders who feel overworked, overwhelmed, and even overlooked be able to reclaim their power so that they can live their best life while they thrive in their career without having to pick between one or the other. And that's precisely what I want to bring your attention to today. You see, I talk to a lot of people who work quite a bit. Okay, they work quite a bit. And their whole sense of identity is related to being a professional. They spent a lot of time getting certifications, education, trainings. They spend a lot of mental time, mental space thinking about their work, even when they're taking a shower. Come on now. They're not able to be present with their family and loved ones. They take work home with them. And for those working from home, the laptop opens up pretty much at any time. You don't have those boundaries between work time and family time, personal time, and me time, right? And here's the thing: a lot of times people think just about their professional life and their personal life. And when I think about their professional life, they think about their career and everything that they have to do, and all the moving parts, and all the people that are involved in a project or on a team in meetings, and all the different personalities you have to deal with while you deal with your own personality, and all the mental clutter, the mean voice in your head, the hater in your head is what I call it, telling you these stories about who you are and how to show up, and then you end up kicking yourself in the butt because you're not showing up as powerfully, as confidently, as assertively as you would like to. That's a topic for another day. I want to get back to this discussion about your professional life versus your personal life. Here's the thing: we're leaving out ourselves, right? All of our attention either goes to our career or our loved ones and everything that we have to do at home for them. Whether you have aging parents that you need to be a caretaker for, whether you have children that need your attention and school projects and all that kind of stuff, whether you have a partner who's also busy working, has a career of themselves, and then y'all are more like roommates. I hear that quite a bit, and it's very painful for people to experience. And then you end up leaving yourself out because, like, there's so much to do here, right? Well, I'm here to tell you it doesn't have to be this way. You can have what you want most at the same time in your professional and your personal life. Now, notice I didn't say you can have it all. You can have everything and anything at the same time. I said you can have what you want most in your personal life and your professional life and within yourself. Taking care of yourself, meeting your own needs, not skipping those doctor appointments for another meeting, not putting your needs aside because you have all these demands from work and home. Okay? You're important too, and you're your greatest asset. If you don't take care of yourself, you cannot perform at your best in these two very important areas of your life where you spend the majority of your time, right? 8, 10 hours at work, sometimes even 12 hours a day, 8, hopefully, hours of sleep, sometimes 5, 6. Got bags under your eyes, that's telling you you're overstressed and sleep deprived. Um, so you have to figure out your priorities. I've talked before about the importance of having a vision and being clear of your values because your values guide your decisions. Your values let you know there's something off. And if you can't pinpoint what that offness is, it's because you're not clear on your values. If you're not clear on your values, you can't act accordingly in a way that meets them. You hear what I'm saying here? You get me? Um, So I want you to think about, what do you want most? What do you When you think about your career, what is your vision for it? When you think about your personal life, where are you at, and where do you want to be, and why are you not there yet? In your career, do you feel stagnant, stuck, de- defeated, disillusioned, unfulfilled, unmotivated? Those are all signs of burnout, by the way. Um, in your personal life, is that not going well because you don't give it the attention it needs? It's like a book on the bookshelf. It's there, but it's collecting dust. Are your relationships collecting dust? I often hear, and this is very unfortunate, when someone is going through a separation of some sort with their partner, um, it doesn't happen overnight. It's like these accumulative little moments or instances or pieces that interfere. And then suddenly it's down the drain. You get a big problem, and you argue about it, and you're so frustrated and exhausted and tired and burnt out, overworked, overwhelmed, that you're not able to handle it well, right? And so you lash out, maybe you accuse someone, you get defensive, because why wouldn't you get defensive? You've been trying to fight all this stress, all these requests. And so here comes another major challenge that you're facing with somebody you love, right? That you've committed to. Um, so you can imagine how that goes and what ends up happening there. Um, Either, live as roommates, um, or, end up separating. It's really sad because it doesn't have to be that way. So I want you to think about that personal life, right? That's your personal life. Um, in your professional life, do you think that you have to work really, really hard to succeed? Because let me tell you, that is false. You do not have to work as hard as you should. And you bosses out there, you managers, HR, CEOs, you probably don't like what I'm saying. But here's the thing, if you're listening, um, we need to work smarter, not harder. Just because you put in 10 hours of work on a project, you expect to get high quality work? No, there gets to a point where you've reached a level of diminishing returns where no matter how much more time and effort and energy you give to something, it really doesn't make a significant difference, an improvement, had you given it the time that was necessary. And for my overachievers, my perfectionists, I'm talking to you. My people who are afraid of failing, I'm talking to you. What ends up happening when you feel this way? Well, you end up overworking, not because you need to, but because you feel you have to, because of all these fears. Because maybe you identify with your career. It's who you are. It's what you do. And so who are you without it? It's a tough one. We all want to feel like we know who we are. Um, we midlife crises is really common. And that's because you reflect on where you've been, where you are, and where you thought you would be by now, and how that influences where you think you will be in the future. And if it doesn't look good, if you don't feel like you are where you would like to be, where you thought you'd be by now, you are not likely to feel like your future looks good. You're going to feel unmotivated. You're going to maybe start to do things that hold you back because you believe, what's the point? Look at where I'm at. I thought I'd be in a different place. Things are falling apart. I feel like I have to pick between my professional and my personal life, let alone, is there any me time? I can barely get appointments in for the doctor. And then you get angry at yourself because what are you doing late night? Scrolling through your phone. And then all you can think about is like, I should be asleep. Why am I on my phone? It's called avoidance distraction. That's what it's called. You don't want to deal with the problem, or you just don't know how. Okay. And if you don't know how, reach out to me because I can help you with that. I'm really good at it. If you're avoiding doing something about it, reach out to me because I can help you with that as well and uncover what's going on that's contributing to your stress and self sabotage. Um, I covered a lot of things today, and I really seriously need you to think about what do you want most out of your professional and your personal life? What does that look like? Because I want you to live intentionally. I want you to go to work intentionally, already knowing what you're going to focus on instead of scrambling, responding to crises, and being reactive rather than proactive. And in your personal life, I want you to have boundaries. When you are home, even if you work from home. Okay, you are present. You are engaged. You're not neglecting yourself. Look, like I mentioned already, your professional and your personal life, they are huge parts of your life. Okay, supposedly, we have 24 hours in a day. Supposedly, we're supposed to spend 8 hours sleeping, 8 hours working, and 8 hours living our life. Let that sink in. Where are your hours going? Is there an imbalance? Does it look like 10 hours of work and 6 hours of sleep? What is that? 16, 18, 19, 16, 17, 18. I'm not good at math. I'm good with human behavior. Um, and then the rest is your personal life, right? But is it really? It probably feels like you're working more than anything. And here's the thing, it's not just about the amount of time that you dedicate to your work, it's also about the mental space that you allow it to take up in your mind when you are no longer working. You're still working. You're not present with your loved ones. You're not taking care of yourself because you feel like you have to choose and you don't. Get your priorities straight. Figure out what you want most in all these areas of your life and what do you have to do to make it happen, to make it a priority. What's in your way? Why haven't you done this yet? You really need to think about that because nothing changes if nothing changes. But first, you got to figure out what you want to change so that it can change. And then you got to get the tools that you need to actually make it happen. Because there's a difference between wanting something and actually achieving it. You hear me? To do that, if you're having a hard time figuring that out, reach out to me. If not me, reach out to somebody else. But you got to reach out because you can't do this on your own. You probably can, but you're going to go through a lot of trial and error. You're going to spend a lot of time, energy, and effort into trying to figure this out. And here's the thing, my high achievers have a hard time asking for help. That needs to stop. Like even the most talented um, athletes, they have coaches. It never stops. That's what smart people do. They value their time and they're not wanting to sit around trying to figure things out. They go get the help they need. They talk to the expert who knows how to get them where they want to be quickly and as easily as possible. You don't have to be in this space of overwhelm and fatigue and frustration. None of that is necessary. I'm telling you that. I've seen it. I work with people on this. So I know it's possible. Been doing this for years. If you want my help, just reach out to me. I'm here to support you and I can tell you what that looks like. What we'll do is, we'll chat a little bit, go back and forth so that I can understand if I can actually help you. And then if I feel like I can, then I'll invite you on a call and we'll dive deep into the problem that you're experiencing, your specific situation. I'll help you identify what the real problem is because likely what you're going to tell me are just symptoms. They're not the real problem. They're the underlying issues that come up that are showcasing a bigger problem. Those are just symptoms. And so I'll also tell you what is sabotaging your success, what is keeping you from feeling fulfilled, what's making you feel like you're a chicken with its head cut off. It's running around trying to feel like you can't even breathe. I'll tell you why that's an issue. And I'll also tell you how I can help you. So, today we talked about your professional life versus your personal life. I want to help you with that. If you're serious about changing your situation, and look, not everybody is ready. Change is not easy. Transforming your life is not easy because we're talking the rest of your life looking differently than it is right now and has looked like if this has been going on for a while. But if you're ready, I'm here to support you. So just reach out and we'll go from there. Take care.